Hi everyone. It's been a while since I've been in front of the camera. For some reason, I make a big deal of it. And then when it's happening, I love it. Anyway, silliness. Um, Going through a lot of healing lately, and so that's been really wonderful, but also slightly disruptive to um, getting myself out there with people. This is where I need to be sharing. So, I love you all so much. I'm so happy to be helpful to many of you. I have wonderful responses, so I will make more of a point to share as much as possible. Anyway, so the thing I wanted to talk about was, um, as many of you know, I am a lover of the Course Miracles, and ever since the beginning of the year, I've been doing the daily lessons one day at a time. And I've done them before, but this is the first time that I'm doing them every single day subsequently. And today is my favorite one that I've yet read. I've read, like I said, most of them at least once. But this one in particular I really like for a million reasons. I don't even have my book with me, so I'm not even wanting to speak from the book. I'm wanting to speak from why I found this so powerful. So it's lesson 135, and the lesson is, as I defend, I am attacked. And I love this lesson for so many reasons. It really unlocks the understanding of what attacking is, and what defending is. Because, as it starts off with understanding, who but those that have already accepted that there is something that could attack them would have any reason to defend, right? Which is not really in alignment with saying, yeah, I'm a perfect child of God, and I'm in a world with other perfect children of God, all my awesome brothers and sisters. But then at the same time, I'm also going to believe that some of them could hurt me, or some of them could take something from me. So I'm going to be love everyone, but at the same time, be defensive and try and protect myself. And goes on to say too, what else are you protecting but your body? And if you've been paying attention, you would realize that you're not a body. So really what you're trying to protect is a false self. And what I love about this is it really helps you to unlock all the energy that you expend trying to protect yourself, and how ridiculous it is. Because when you start to really know who you are, you would realize that it's unnecessary. And we've all experienced this, those moments that you knew to not go through the stoplight and someone zooms through, or a green light, and then someone runs a red light and could have hit you. And there was just a moment that told you to pause. Or you were about to do some other thing that it worked out perfectly, that you didn't get hurt, nothing happened, when it totally could have gone another way, that something just took over, right? So it's kind of in alignment with that whole idea that when you can accept that that's actually your natural state, that you will just be perfectly guided if you allow yourself to be, right? That you don't need to waste your time defending yourself. And that includes, and this is what I think is so brilliant about this lesson, because I'm a master planner, and it's so exhausting, and I'm really excited to get rid of this whole tendency. And it's I've got rid of 80% of it. It's just this last 20% that wants to linger on and say stick with me. But overall, really understanding that planning is really not gonna get me or anyone else anywhere. But there's a statement I love that says, a healed mind does not plan. Because a healed mind knows that you have no need to plan. Right? When you know who you really are, the perfect child of God, that all is perfect. all is holy, and that guidance will be given you as you are willing and ready to receive it, then what purpose would there be in trying to plan? And when you really think about it, like, what part of your mind are you planning from? But the part that believes in judgment, that would have to say, this is better than that, and I prefer this over that, right? That's judgment. It's called judgment. So the thing is that we can forget, like, our holy mind, our higher self, Holy Spirit, whatever you want to call it, knows us deeper than our perceptual ego mind knows us. So all that our perception, fear-minded ego can tell us is what it thinks it prefers, based on past experiences or based on what other people have told us. So is that really a truly educated way of approaching things, and a really appropriate way to plan and spend a ridiculous amount of time and energy to try and create happiness that ends up being fleeting anyway? Because anything of this world is fleeting. Some things will last for a couple of years, but ultimately everything of this world is fleeting. So what we really want to seek is that which is eternal, right? And that is absolutely possible. That you seek for the stillness within all, not that which moves around, but the stillness, and that is within everything, and that is first sought within and first experienced within. And from that place, you realize you don't need to plan. There's no purpose for it. And this future that you think that you want is based it's based primarily on fear. Its foundation is fear. That this future that you think you're creating that's so wonderful is at its foundation trying to avoid something that you have deemed as harmful or fearful. It's still in there. It still taints the whole thing. So wouldn't you rather, as a total thought, accept whom, what you are, as the perfection that you are forever and always, and allow that awareness to come in, and then go about your life, knowing that you'll be guided as you need to be. And like the other way that I describe this to people is, you know, those times when you're trying, like, you're so in the moment trying to figure out something, right? And you're, racking your brain trying to figure it out, trying to plan it, trying to, make it work. And then you you walk away from the situation and start being like, I don't get it, or not right now, or, I give up, right? And then you go off and you do something else, and then suddenly, boom, there's the thought, the exact resolution that you needed, right? Because you had gotten out of your own way. And now that your mind is willing, like say you're doing something else, right? Like you now are going for a walk, or you're driving, or you're making dinner or something, like boom, there's the resolution. Now it can come in its totality. It's not like partial. It's like you get all of it all at once. You get a full download in a moment, right? We all know what this feels like. That's what that's like. And the thing is that the course offers is that can happen all the time about everything. And if you aren't getting that, then don't worry about it and just be. But when you are to plan, when you are to do an action, like, it will be given you with certainty. Like, you will feel it. And the thing is, like, when I say it's given you, it's not like from a foreign will. This is the other thing the course teaches, is that we accept this one when we understand that God's will is our will. It's one will, because we are God. God's will isn't separate from us. It's not some dude in the sky with a million rules. It's our true self, the infinite being that we all are, and that will, perfect happiness, and that perfect peace is to be shared with all of us. Not just sometimes, not just some people, but all of us, all the time. And it's a matter of willingness to accept that. So, another favorite part of the course I love is this part where Yeshua is explaining why we don't experience love all the time, or why we don't experience holiness all the time. And it's such a cute example. I love it so much. And it's that he makes reference to, when I put my hands over my eyes, I'm going against the laws of seeing. Like, I can't see when my hands are over my eyes. Like, It goes against the laws that my eyes need to have nothing in front of it to be able to see, right? It goes against those laws, right? So two, when you are not willing, you are going against the laws of love, right? Like, love just is. Love does not come crashing down your door and say, let me in, let me change your mind. Love just is. And you have to be willing to receive that love. Otherwise, it won't be there. So, just like this can't let me see, so too, if I'm not willing, I cannot receive love. And what the Course teaches is the universal understanding of how love applies to all circumstances. There is no exceptions to that, because there is nothing but love at all. So, what need will we have to plan, which inherent in planning is having a judgment, one thing's better than another, and an inherent lack of trust that things have a way of working themselves out anyway. Now, many devil's advocates might say that this might make someone lazy, and so forth. That is not true by any stretch of the imagination. If anything, one becomes far more productive when they are truly listening to themselves and truly listening to the inspirations in their mind. Because what happens is that you're listening to the real inspirations, not the ones that you have to like kind of convince yourself on or like feel like you're fighting against the world for. But these are the inspirations that are given to you from your higher mind are complete and whole and fully intact and fully and aligned with what you're presently capable of. Because this is the thing that we stagnate ourselves with, is that we like get so distracted about our potential that we don't harness where we are presently. Right? We're always off in the future thinking, I'm going to be so much better in like a month, I'm going to be so much better in 2 years from now. Well, duh. But not really even then. Like, it's not really about better, but like, you know, you're going to advance, you're going to like evolve generally, right? Not everybody, but generally you do. So yeah, but the problem is that that's an immensely disempowering thought, and then like planning comes in there because it thinks, well, okay, like now that I've seen this future vision of what I'm going to become, how do I align myself with that, and how do I plan to get there? Instead of just accepting that that will be so, or something even better that you can't even conceive of will be so. Like, this is the whole thing about giving yourself over to God, which is really you. Right? Whenever I say that, remember, it's synonymously the true you is God. When you give yourself over, then you no longer have to spend your time and your thoughts trying to establish that and defend that and say, like, I'm worthy of this, this will be so. Instead, you're washed with a peace of knowing it already is. It already will be so, of course. Nothing will be taken from you. And nothing really actually can be added, but what seems to be added is the awareness of what you are. Right? Like, what you are is fully intact, and what we do is we remove the blocks that we have from that awareness. Right? That's what was in the introduction of the Course, is that it does not aim to teach what love is, for that is beyond definition. But what it does aim at is removing the blocks to the full awareness of love's presence. Love is presence all the time, but unless you're willing, it's like, can't see. Right? So, hope that's helpful. I know it is. Love you guys so much. Thank you always for watching and listening, and yeah, so good. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this lesson. I highly encourage reading it. You can get it for free on the internet. Google it, right? Super awesome. It's quite lengthy, but worth the time, for sure. So enjoy, my lovely friends, brothers and sisters. We'll see you soon.